Facebook friends and family. How are you guys doing today? I hope that everyone is doing wonderful and swell per usual on this good Saturday morning. It is October the 18th, 2025, and it is currently 7:10 a.m. here in Detroit, Michigan. I've kind of been up for probably about an hour now, and I gotta do this channel message. I just got to. I'm hearing the song again. Girl, it's alright. I can see it in your eyes. Yeah, I can see it in your eyes. I can tell that you want me by the way that you smile. So I'm hearing that again. And good morning. And I now associate that song with someone. And I just got to be honest. So I'm hearing, go back to that reading again. Whose mom is in my energy? And by now we all know that Tobias, because I got to talk about this. I'm sorry. I call Tobias my honey. And Tobias's mom has passed away. And yesterday I went to the viewing of her body or whatnot, just to show my love and support for him and give my condolences to his family or whatever. That's what friends do. But as I was there, I was noticing something. First of all, I wanted to be one of the first people there, just so I can have quiet time and everything. I haven't been to OH Pi since my grandmother passed away. So, and I don't do funerals. I keep saying that. If I come to a funeral or anything like that, it's because I either care about somebody who is related to the deceased person, or I really knew the person who has passed away and I really cared for them. So I really didn't get the chance to meet Tobias's mother that much. And I'm not saying her name for a reason. I didn't really get a chance to meet her that well. I've seen her a few times on a few different occasions, but it was nothing really more than, hey, how you doing? Bye. See you next time. It was nice meeting you. Blase splee. Or whatever. I've only known Tobias for going on about 2 years in May. So about a year and a half. And it's been one crazy situation. But I knew what it was when it came to me. Like, I knew that Tobias was probably sent to me, per se. That's what I'm going to say. He got sent to me right after I had ended up going to jail in Warren and going to Macomb County or whatever. I had a tether on my leg and everything. So I knew it was like something. When he met me or whatever, I'm like, what, did somebody send you or something? What do you want? Is you the next hitman, or what is you? Who are you? Like, what is it? Because I ain't in the mood. He like, no, blase splee, we started talking or whatever. It's cool. But as I'm talking to him, I noticed like, he must be a part of something. Either my family has hired him, or he a part of some cult, secret society, some bullshit. But as the time goes on, we start talking or whatever, and he's pretty cool. I like him or whatnot, so I continue to keep on talking to him. But as I'm talking to him, I'm getting all these different downloads. Prior to meeting him, I had already been going through something with my family and everything anyway, with stealing money, life insurance policies, trying to set me up and all types of shit. When I met him, I was trying to explain that to him, but I think it was kind of like going in one ear and out the other. So then I started meeting like a few of his associates or whatever, friends or whatever, and I could kind of tell like it was a problem. Like shit ain't genuine for real. Like somebody got a motive and an agenda. I just started noticing that, So I'm like, okay, what not? And we keep on talking. But then, I was really feeling Tobias, really liking him, getting to know him and everything like that. Then I want to say probably like back in April or somewhere in there, this is when I was first had to leave the house on Bennett. I link up with him and we talking or whatever, and he tells me that he just had a baby. He says that I just had a baby. It's a girl. Her name is Talia. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, that's crazy. It had really hurt my feelings or whatever, because I had been talking to him for almost a year at that point. It was coming up to a year. It would have been like a year in the next month or so. And I'm like, dang, he had a baby. Like, damn, when the fuck was he gonna tell me he had a baby or something? I thought he was better than that. Or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I see I can't be in my feelings like how I was or whatever. And if you know me and know me personally, I was head over heels in love with my baby daddy, Al. And Al cheated on me and had so many fucking kids. And I really had to get over that. I had to cry it all out, get over it, get myself together, fix it up, move, find me and my kids somewhere else to live, deal with him and all these kids that he had. He had went and got married and everything. I had to get over all of that heartbreak. So now it's nothing to me. Tell me the truth. You cheating or you got somebody, you got a baby on the way. You ain't got a lot of me, Craig. I done been there, done that already. My feelings have already been hurt to the max capacity with my first baby daddy. So anybody after that, you ain't hurting my feelings as much as you think you are. So I'm like, damn, we was better than that. You could have told me you had a baby. But we never really talked about it much more after that. We just left it at what it was or whatever. But I would still see him from time to time, and I guess we still sneak and link, if that's what you want to call it, on occasions or whatever. So, yesterday, we're going to fast forward to yesterday. Skip all the bullshit Tobias has taken me through. We're going to skip to yesterday. So I goes to his mom's viewing or whatever. And I was the first person there, which was good. I wanted to be kind of like one of the people who was there alone because of the type of person that I am and how I can channel energy. And I'm already going into a funeral home where it's multiple dead bodies. So I wanted to walk in by myself, get myself together. And again, I haven't been there since my grandmother's funeral, which was one of the last funerals that I really went to of somebody that I cared about and shit. So I was really getting myself together, and it was pretty cool. I got there. I was the first person in there. It was quiet. They was playing real nice gospel music, so I was able to tap into the energy and tune in and just get the downloads or whatever. I was sitting quiet, not bothering nobody or anything like that. And now I'm hearing it. Like, people channel and talk to me through music. And the first time I started channeling this song, I was channeling somebody's mom. And I know whose mom I'm channeling. I just say somebody's. So I'm hearing it. Are you still down? But I had did a reading probably about 3 weeks ago. And I said, whose mom is in my energy? Or whatever. And that's the song that I was channeling. So I know that that's how she likes to communicate to me when she comes to me now. I'm going to forever hear that song when she wants to communicate with me. Okay. So I goes there yesterday, and I'm one of the first people there. I'm chilling there, whatever, getting the downloads or whatnot. Then his brother and sister come in after me, and then he comes. So when Tobias get there, he like, hey, now mind you, I see the brother. He's like, hey, I'm the son. I said, I know. He like, no, you don't. And I'm like, well, I've seen you a few times because I was with Tobias, so I knew that you were Tobias's brother. I know that you're the son. But whatever, hey, how you doing? And I hugged the sister, because I'm not disrespectful or anything like that. I don't even fucking know y'all to be disrespectful anyway. So, I give him a hug or whatever. I speak, and then I go sit down. Tobias come in, I speak to him, give him a hug, show my condolences or whatever. And then I had instantly text my brother, like, hey, when you get done doing what you got to do, can you come pick me up? Because it was from 3 to 8. It was going to be 5 hours. I didn't want to seem like I was bugging Tobias or following him around everywhere he went or, trying to be nosy or whatever. I was there to, again, show my support and do what I needed to do. So, anyway, after I give him a hug or whatever, his family starts coming through. At this point, I'm just waiting for my brother to come back and pick me up. So I go outside. I had a little bit of weed left, and I'm like, I'm about to smoke in the car or whatnot. So Tobias like, oh, you got to go get a leaf. And we right at OH Pie. So, the gas stations is right across the street or whatever because we on Plymouth. So I walk to the gas station or whatever, get a leaf, and I come back and I walk to his car. But by the time I get back to his car, he's not in there. Okay, that's cool. He knew I was about to be in the car. It's not no big deal. I got my own weed. I got the leaves now, so it's fine or whatever. So I get in the car because he left the doors unlocked. I get in the car. I break down the leaf or whatever. I start breaking down the weed. And then a lady walks up to the car and she's holding a suit in her hand. Well, while we were in the funeral home, Tobias was on the phone with someone. While we were in the funeral home, Tobias was on the phone with someone, and he was telling the lady to pick his suit up, or whatever. So she goes and she picks the suit up. Then, as I'm rolling up my weed in the car, a lady walks up to the car with the suit. So I'm like, oh, this must be the person that Tobias was on the phone with. She walks up to the car, she looks in the window, but I don't really know if she can see me that well or not because his windows are tinted. But I look at her, whatever, she look at me, and then she sees me, but then she don't do nothing. She just turned around. If she had to grab the car door or anything like that, she would have knew the doors was unlocked. That's the same thing I had to do. I didn't know that he wasn't in the car when I got back to the car until I got inside of it. So if she had to open the door, she would have seen that I was in the car, which she did when she looked in the window. She would have knew that Tobias wasn't in the car. But if she wanted to just drop the suit off, she could just put it in the car or whatever. But anywho, she then starts to call his phone. Well, his phone is in the car with me. So I see her calling it or whatever. Mind you, she's still standing there at the car, but she's calling his phone. So again, all you had to do was try to, if you wanted to put the suit in the car, pull on the car handle, and you would have knew that the door was open. So anyway, she calls him or whatnot, and then she goes, and I think she calls somebody else, and then she walks into the funeral home. So I'm still in the car rolling up my weed. But then I noticed that she comes back out or whatever, Tobias is walking to the car with the suit, and then it's like a little few extra people over there. And then I hear one of the ladies say, well, I'm tired of him introducing friends to us. Everybody's just a friend or whatever. So at that point, I'm rolling up the weed. I'm like, oh, God. So the girl walks away, and then she, moves her jacket, and I see that she's pregnant. So I'm like, okay. At that point, when I see she's pregnant, I'm starting to put two and two together. Like, oh, I wonder, is this his baby mama or something? Just because. So, he comes to the car. He's like, she must have seen you in here or something because now she want to act all funny bringing me this soup. And I'm like, well, yeah, she just came to the car, but I didn't know who she was. And, I don't know if this one of your cousins or I don't know who she is. So I'm like, and being that I'm just your friend or whatever, I don't know nobody. I ain't about to just be opening your car door for nobody or nothing like that. So she then goes around and pulls the car around, and she had some cases of juice and water and stuff like that. And I starts to see that, they go into her car, putting it in the car, and I hear kids. So now I'm really putting it together like, oh, this must be his baby mama or whatever. So then when he comes, they bring in the juices to his car. And he like, oh, I would get Carter, but I'm about to smoke right now. And I know that his son name is Carter. So at that point, I officially knew that that was his baby mama or whatever. So I'm like, So I'm smoking my weed and I'm putting everything together. But, why is your baby mama pregnant? Is what I was starting to wonder. Like, why? And she's big and pregnant. Like, what the fuck is going on or whatever? Why is we not talking about this? So I'm kind of tickled at the fact or whatnot. And then, as they putting the juices in the car, she gets out of the car and walk around. He like, open it up. So I open the door. She said, why you ain't speak to her? I'm like, well, she never opened the door. Like, what the fuck? I'm supposed to just get out the car and make my way to speak to somebody who I don't even fucking know, never seen a day in my life, don't know who she is. Like, girl, bitch, you're not a celebrity. I don't give a fuck to... It's not that deep to me, So, at that point, I'm like, oh, okay. So, I'm just keeping my composure or whatever. I ended up going back into the funeral home and, walking up to the back, but I didn't go back inside. It wasn't enough room anyway. They had a small room, and they have a big family. So, I just decided I was going to stay in the hallway and wait for my brother to get there. Well, when the hallway started to get crowded and I started to notice, people being petty and shit, I just went and sat in the front of the funeral home or whatever and was waiting on my brother to get there. So my brother, he had told me he was going to be a little minute. It had kind of took him about an hour to get there, or maybe like an hour and a half. So I was just sitting in there minding my business or whatever. So I just noticed like females. That's what I'm gonna say. I just noticed how females can be funny, and I was, just sitting there or whatever, because you can be funny all you want to, as long as you don't be disrespectful. So I end up, just seeing like Tobias's daughter come through or whatever. Mind you, I've never seen none of Tobias's baby mamas before. Tobias and I are not friends on social media. I'm not friends with none of his family on social media, to my knowledge. So I don't know who his family is. I don't know who his baby mamas are or anything like that. If he didn't personally introduce me to you at one of the events that I previously came to with him, then I don't know who you are. Again, we're not even friends on social media, so why would I know who his baby mamas are? So anyway, I know who his daughter is because he has shown me pictures of her before. So when she came through, and she came through with the lady, I assumed that was her and her mom. I'm not slow. So, I paid attention to that, and I seen the pregnant woman, so I know that that's his baby mom or whatever. So, I'm just like seeing people as I go. And then, I noticed it, and I'm just like, okay, I'm about to go home. And I just had laughed it off. But when Tanila's mom had walked past or whatever, she had walked past me one of the times, somebody was like, hey, is you Tanila's mom? And that's what, again, confirmed to me, like, oh, okay, that's his other baby mom. She's like, yeah, I'm his mom. I mean, I'm her mom or whatever, but, I'm just going through something right now, and I'm meeting people here today that I wasn't expected to meet. So, yeah, it's just a lot for me right now. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm just listening or whatever, peeping out the scene or whatnot. And I'm just like, okay. My brother finally get there, and I leave. I call Tobias. I tell Tobias, like, hey, I'm about to get picked up or whatever. I'm about to leave. And I went and got in the car. I was waiting on Denzel. And I came home. Now, Tobias had told me that he had wanted to go to an event later on yesterday night. But I ain't really one for going to the bars. I already see how your family is, how the baby mamas is, and all that type of shit. So I really ain't trying to hang out with you and your family no more. Like, I showed my condolences. I gave my love and appreciation to you. Now, and I see how your baby mamas act. I see how your sisters and your family and shit act. And I really don't care to be around y'all no more. But rest in peace to your mother. And I got the channel messages that I needed to get from her while I was there anyway. So I'm cool. But I ended up texting him. I'm like, if you still want to pick me up later, you can pick me up or whatnot. And he had came back to pick me up last night or whatever. And when he gets here to pick me up last night, and we drop his son off or whatnot, we just chilling for a minute. Here come the pregnant baby mama blowing up the phone again. And that's so funny because I had instantly started channeling Glorilla and Boss Man D-Lo and Finesse. When she be like, stop blowing them up, he with me, little, we laughing at your ass. Stupid. But I was just channeling the song. I wasn't being petty or whatnot. He just wasn't answering the phone as she was calling. And, we had just went and hung out for a minute or whatever. And I had just asked him, I'm like, so, your baby mama pregnant by you? He like, yeah. I'm like, oh, why you didn't tell me? I'm like, you told me you was about to have a baby, a girl named Talia. And that was a few months ago. But why you didn't tell me that your baby mama is pregnant? He's like, I didn't say I had a baby. I said I was about to have a baby. And it's a girl, and that's what we thought. I'm like, so is she pregnant with one or two? He like, two. I'm like, this girl is pregnant with twins? He like, yeah. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. You should have been told me that. Like, even if it was a misunderstanding, I thought you said that you had a baby, but you were saying you're having a baby. Well, you should have told me that it went from 1 to 2, and you should have been keeping me up to date on this. Like, you think that I just care to be in your space, and you got twins on the way by your petty ass bitch who think I know who she is and I don't give a fuck. Like, don't be having me out here and people think that they are making me look crazy, because you're not making me look crazy, baby. You look crazy. But I didn't know that his baby mama was pregnant with twins. I just didn't know that. I thought he had a baby recently, and he just, found out some information about that or whatever, and we just left it at that. You didn't tell me that a bitch was pregnant with twins. You just did. And I ain't go searching for no shit like that. I ain't no stalking ass bitch. But that's what I be saying. I be making videos, giving channel messages, having real downloads and shit. And people be thinking that I be talking about them and I don't even be knowing who they are. So that was crazy to me. But when we was talking last night, I'm like, oh damn, you should have told me that. Like, you know, no wonder this lady acting dumb, thinking that I know her or something, or give a fuck to go out of my way to speak to her, or probably thought I was trying to be rude or petty with her, and I didn't even know who the fuck she was. And she texted him, talking about, so next time you have one of your little female friends come over, tell her to help. Bitch, it's a whole bunch of niggas out here that's his relatives. They better get them fucking cases of water and juice and shit. What the fuck I look like? I'm a lady. I don't need to be toting shit around. I don't even do that at my own shit. I got kids, a brother, and everything. I don't be toting shit around. But anyway, I'm like, oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. But I was sitting around looking at these fools, like how your sisters or Nikki or whoever thought that I was going to be jealous, or thought that I was trying to be funny, or thought that I even knew who they was, or even give a fuck. I was also sitting down waiting on my brother to pick me up too, and I had heard one of the people say like, yeah, they stole her money, but that's really Kevin's daughter and this, that, and the other. And that was just so funny to me because y'all know I call my Uncle Kevin my Uncle Father. And people be in my business, and I don't know my dad's side of the family, so I could be sitting in a room with my whole entire family, and I wouldn't know that they my family because I don't fucking know them, and they don't fucking know me. My daddy ain't know me. My granddaddy and all, they don't know me. They know I exist, but they don't know who I am. I never was around them. I never grew up with them. I grew up without my daddy. I always knew who my granddad was, and I would see him and go visit him from time to time, but my daddy's side of the family don't know me at all. They probably don't even know how to pronounce my name. They don't know how to pronounce my name. So that was so funny, and Tobias kept on saying, like, Nikki, don't y'all look alike? Nikki, don't y'all look alike? First of all, me and Nikki don't look alike. She's a beautiful woman, and I give her that, but we don't look alike. And if she is related to me, I don't know her. Because I don't know my dad's side of the family. I barely know my mama's side of the family, and I don't fuck with either side of the family. The only relative that I talk to that I have is my brother, and he's my brother that came out the same pussy as me. So I was just sitting there like, this is so crazy to me. But anyway, I had got picked up or whatever, you know, went and had a good time with him before he brought me back home or whatnot. And I just had to talk with him like, hey, you know, you could have told me. We could have talked about this. You know, it don't got to be no confusion. Damn sure don't have people out here thinking that I know them, care about them, think about them, talk about them, or anything like that, because I don't. Please don't do that to yourself. So yeah, I had told him today, I'm like, well, you know, I feel a little bit different now, and I'm not going to come to your mom's funeral tomorrow, which is today. I'm not going to be there in attendance for that or whatever. I showed you my love and support or whatever. And yeah, that's just that, because I don't deal with petty families. Then you just hear me say, I don't talk to my mama's side of the family. I don't talk to my daddy's side of the family. So I damn sure ain't putting up with your petty ass family either. That's just not what the fuck I do. Like, I choose peace over anything. I don't argue with baby mamas or nothing. If that's the case, I would be with my baby daddy right now. Putting up with his stupid ass family and dealing with his ghetto ass baby mamas. I don't do that. I'd rather stay by myself, which is why I'm single, why I'm a single mother, and why I just rock it out with my kids and my brother. I don't deal with that fuck shit. That's why I don't deal with nobody's shit. I don't give a fuck who you is. So yeah, I won't be going to that though. And that's going to be the end of that. But to bring it back to the channel message that I'm getting from Miss Joyce, are you still down? And go back and listen to that reading again. Miss Joyce, I can't be down. I can't be down. Miss Joyce, I don't deal with fuck shit. But she knew that. That's why she came to me anyway. I'm not doing that. I don't like even talking to men who can't put females in their place. And that don't mean that you got to talk to them disrespectful or think that you have control over them or anything. But it just means like when you have new women come into your life, you don't let women from your past, even though they're current in your life, you don't let your baby mamas, sisters, and mamas, and nobody be disrespecting nobody that you talk to. That's how I am too. Ain't no nigga, no baby daddy, nobody gonna be disrespecting nobody that I talk to. Family, friend, or anybody. So I don't deal with stuff like that. Like I don't deal with fakes, subliminal ass shit, or nothing. I just don't. Especially when it comes to my loved ones. Like you could be subliminal about me all day. You know how they say, yeah, I could talk about so and so, but don't you? Like, I can talk about my baby daddy, but don't you talk about my baby daddy. I can talk about my kids. I can talk about my brother, but you don't talk about my kids, and you don't talk about my brother. Bitch, you don't know us. So, that's how I don't do disrespect. And I think people should know that about me. I might be quiet and, you know, stay to myself and shit like that, but I don't tolerate disrespect. That's why I'm quiet. That's why I be staying to myself, because I know when to shut up. And I know how I am. I will snap on you. You'll be thinking like, oh, she's so quiet, she's so nice, she ain't gonna do nothing, and then boom, all I gotta do is blink, and bitch, I done transformed. Just call me the Transformers. I done went from angel to Satan's hellion. I don't like to be like that. And I tell Tobias that all the time, like, Tobias, don't do that, because when I get mad, I get mad. And I don't know if he like want to see me mad or something, or want to see me flip out, but it got to be a real reason. I'm not about to just act up on your baby mamas or your family or nothing like that. Like, that's just not who I am. Especially, I ain't giving a bitch the time or day to even think that I'm concerned about her that much. When again, I never seen you, didn't hear about you, don't know who you is, or nothing. So don't flatter yourself. But yeah. So I'm not gonna be going to the funeral today, and that's probably good or whatever. Plus, I don't like to go to places where they tell you to wear red, and it's a whole bunch of people and stuff, because that's what they like to do sacrifices in, red, black, and white. So I don't like going to events anyway where it's a whole bunch of people and this stuff like funerals and stuff like that, and you wear red, black, and white, because they either be trying to sacrifice or initiate half the time, and I don't fuck around. That's why I didn't go to the last family picnic that my family members tried to get me to come to. I'm not coming to that bullshit. But yeah. Are you still down? No. I don't give a fuck if I care about somebody. I don't care. Nothing. I don't care. I could care about you, love you, everything. I still choose peace. So no, Miss Joyce, ma'am, I am not still down. Especially when I see how your family is. And I can't do bullshit. I don't like people lying to me. I don't like people fucking with my peace. But I still understand the assignment, Miss Joyce, and I did what you told me to do last night too. Maybe your son will come around. Maybe he won't. But I did what I was supposed to do, because I always understood my assignment since day one. I knew the assignment since day one. But I keep hearing now the coming Messiah, the coming Messiah. I know the coming Messiah is coming, Miss Joyce. I know that. But the coming Messiah is going to come regardless. Because I understood the assignment. And I did my part. So I don't need to come to your funeral today, but just know that I did my part and I understood the assignment. And what you and I discussed, I made sure to accomplish last night. So, are you still down? I did my part. And that's the end of the message. I love you guys. Maybe I can go back to sleep. All of the kids is gone. I don't got nothing to do today. So yeah. It's pretty cool. Shit. Nothing. What I was just thinking I'm not about to say, but y'all have a good day. I love you guys. I hope she has a wonderful homegoing service today. And I did my part, Miss Joyce. I understood the assignment. Mission complete on my end. Well done.